Hey everybody, it's Rolling a Reel from Complete Trader Academy again with another daily review. It is Tuesday, October 18, 2022. This is US 30 Dow Jones. Let's jump right in here. I'm going to go back to a daily chart. And success today, as we mentioned yesterday's video. So this is today's candle right here. This one, and then we gapped up here, and then I said that we would come down and fill the gap and then rally off. The way they decided to do it today was they decided to skip the gap, just keep rallying up into this higher objective. So they took out these highs, equal highs, real clean. And I've had this line here for previous videos. I just never mentioned what it was. I forgot to kind of mention it, to be honest. It was the July open. This line is the July open. So let me actually just go to a month chart so you can see this. And as you'll see here, this is the month of October. Price rallied up, and I knew it would. I knew it wasn't just going to stop at this low. So we look at this as a big supply block, so to speak. And then there's some space in between here. Price does need to balance itself. So I knew it was coming up. And then it hit the open. The open is a high probability area, and this is the month of July. So sure enough, it came in, smacked it, and then kind of stopped right now. So technically, it can kind of go lower if it wants to. If it can close the next following month, which is November, I can see it popping up here and then taking out the rest of this, because we don't want to have an imbalance sitting on a month chart. It's rare that happens. It does happen though. So you don't want to stick to a bias and marry to it, but it did tap that open nicely. Let me go back to the daily real quick. So as we've been saying all month, we expected to take out the liquidity above here. It did nicely hit that open line here. See right there? That's the July open. And then now we're getting into a PRZ level, a price reversal zone, a high probability area now on the fib. That this is at equilibrium in this swing, so technically it can now take off. It's coming into a premium market for higher prices. I still like it to reach up here. I mean, it's already here. Why not handle the price and balance it, right? So, but then again, that could be another dangling carrot in a future's time. So technically they have all right. I mean, this move center, it does seem like it's kind of fizzling out, but at the same time it could be still early. If you look here down here on the divergence indicator, we're not oversold or anything like that. Definitely, up here would be more oversold. We would like for it to kind of come up here. So we're still waiting for this to get hit. This is still one of my objectives here, and then also the 79 on the fib, so it can kind of get in between the middle of this major imbalance and run. So let's go quickly down to a smaller time frame. I'm going to skip right to a minute because the minute was looking really good, and I'll show you all the trades and entries today. Really smooth. Actually, let me do this. Let me go to a 15 so you can kind of see what it looked like. So this was the day's candle. I'm sorry, yeah, this is the open. Had that gap here. So watch how they did it. So they came up in Asia. We thought I was going to come and tap it. They didn't. They saved it for later, right? Midnight came. Price rallied up. Price broke down during London. Came into a demand block here, tapped it, missed by a point, but your spread would have got it in. And I had a feel it looked really too clean. See, and then see all this empty imbalance here. Price came and balanced that, tapped it, went away. We knew we were trying to break highs, which would have been this high. And then this is that month open July line. Price came up. Then we started to see it fizzle out. We had a divergence here. So price had a very good possibility of taking out this low and coming down to this gap. So that's exactly what it did. So price came down, came into the gap, closed it, took care of its job, then rallied up, and then rallied up again and broke here. I was expecting to break this, but we might have a failure swing, so we don't know. So let me go back into 1 minute now, so you can see the actual trades. All right, so there goes, see this line here? That's that demand block here. Literally came in and tapped it. See that? And then when you saw the London flow of orders, you saw it breaking down, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I knew it would settle somewhere around here. See that right there? Price rallied up, took out those highs, came up, and then we started getting into the New York session. It looked like bearish order flow. So we had low, lower high, broke here. So when this broke, I knew we were going to come back into one of these supply blocks. Sure enough, it hit it perfectly. So this last up candle, this is the supply block that I was looking for. You could have got in here. And at first I was going to get in here, but I was like, oh, well, you know, it's still going. So this was the candle that I used, and I had to use a 1 minute to do that. So you see, tapped it nicely, and then the bodies never went above. And then we got in there, price broke down, kept breaking down perfectly, came down to take out this low and then fill up the gap. And then sure enough, we were looking for higher prices after that. And sure enough, you see here, so price broke down, broke up, started breaking down, came right into this demand block here, nicely, tapped in, took off. And then never broke that level again down here. So price rallied up, it was protected. You took partials close to here. I won't get into all that. That's for a private group. And then price order flow came in, broke up, came back in. That was another entry. Price broke down, went back in, another entry. So this is how I scalp and see the market on a smaller time frame. It's just much easier when it's moving fast, and I've seen it for so long that it just makes more sense to be on a smaller time frame. Yes, you have more exposure, but at the same time, what are you going to do? You're going to look at a 1 hour. You're going to look at this day in a 1 hour. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, it looked okay, but I mean, that's a lot of movement in each candle. So, all right. So hope this helped. Take care. God bless.